Akash is a decentralized cloud platform. We have a decentralized exchange that's used to procure resources that traditional Docker-based applications can be deployed to. And today I'm going to give you a quick demo of doing just that. If you'd like to learn more, you could go to our website, akash.network. We have a great documentation site at docs.akash.network. You can find our source code on GitHub, and also on GitHub we have this list of applications that have been deployed to the network and that you can use as an example. All right, let's jump in. To deploy on Akash, you first create a configuration file that we call stack definition language file. It describes what you want to deploy, how many resources you want, etc. I'll show you an example of that now. SEL, so this one would be to deploy SushiSwap. It's a really simple deployment. It's just a single image, a single service. It doesn't require many resources. Here's where you define your the max price you're willing to pay, and how many instances of it that you want to deploy. With that being said, for this demo, I'm going to deploy something called BigDipper. It's a block explorer for the Akash network. It's a little bit more interesting. It has a database backend, it's a kind of a more interesting application for us. It's a block explorer for Akash. So I'll show you that now. To get things going, you send a create deployment transaction. This will create your deployment on chain. There will also be orders created for the resources that you need for your deployment. So we can query our orders. And these are the resources that I requested for this deployment. You could also see now providers should be bidding on these orders. And we have a couple, at least one, we have a couple bids already. So each of these bids come from providers. It includes the price that they want to charge for each block. So once you have the provider that you want, you then create a lease to create an agreement with the provider. And so I'm going to choose that provider that we had up there. This is just setting some environment variables to make my life a little bit easier. So we're going to create our lease. And once the lease is created, you need to send your information to the provider so that the provider can run your data. Only part of your deployment information is on-chain, and that's to keep things private. So on-chain, you just have the resources that you want and the price you're willing to pay, but in order for the provider to actually run your workload, you need to send more information. So we'll do that now. And you can get the status of your lease at the provider. And you can see here, we have our MongoDB instance. It's not quite available yet. We have our web instance. There's going to be two, but neither of them are available yet. In the meantime, you can get logs to see what's going on. There's nothing yet. Okay, looks like something's starting to boot up. Let's look at our status again. Okay, web is available. MongoDB is available. So this is the host name that you can use to access your deployment. We also have you're also able to use your own host names if you'd like. In this demo, I'm just using the generated one that is generated for you. So right now, the data needs to be backfilled, so there's not much to look at yet. But as you can see, when looking at the logs, there's a lot going on in the background, and it's chugging away, getting all the historical data for our network. Let's see if it gets anything else. Anyhow, that's what I wanted to show you today. One more thing we can do is to close down the deployment. And at this point, you won't be paying for it any longer, and the provider will shut down your instance. Let's see, sometimes it takes a little while. There you go, it's no longer there. So that's just a really quick demo of deploying on Akash. Again, if you want to look into it more, check out our website, check out our documentation, check out our Discord. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks all.